Senator Drilon is recognized.
Halos wala na po akong may tanong. just to pursue the point of Senator Bam, sang-ayon po kay Kerwin, Espinido, sang-ayon po kay Kerwin, tinawagan mo raw siya para sabihin na ang driver bodyguard ni Senator De Lima ay gusto makipag-usap. Totoo ba yun o hindi?
Hindi, Your Honor.
Ha?
Hindi, Your Honor.
Hindi totoo yun.
Hindi totoo, Your Honor.
Nasaan na si... Kerwin, anong masasabi mo ron?
Ito po, Your Honor, yung number ni Sir Joby at saka number ko dati, willing po ako na kung pwede sana, yung i-check yung call logs ng ng mga number na to. Kasi nandito po, Your Honor, yung number.
So, ikaw pinanindigan mo na tumawag si Espinido sa'yo para sabihin na ang driver bodyguard ni Secretary De Lima ay gusto makipag-usap sa'yo. Tama po ba yan?
Opo, doon sa Batangas po ako on that time, yung nagda-dive ako.
Okay. Ikaw, Ronnie, kilala mo ba si Espinido?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Hindi mo kilala si Espinido.
Hindi po.
So, imposibleng sabihin mo kay Espinido na kausapin si Erwin na gusto mo siyang makausap.
Opo, Your Honor. Hindi ko po siya kilala.
Hindi mo siya kilala. I think somebody's lying here, Mr. Chairman. Somebody's lying, you know.
Mr. Chairman, with the permission of Senator,
Go ahead.
kailan ka tinawagan na Espinido?
Nung nag-dive ako sa
Hindi ko alam kung kailan ka nag-dive.
August po, Your Honor.
August 2015.
2015.
August 2015, thank you. With the permission of everybody, I'd like to subpoena the records of, ano ka ba, Globe? Smart?
09, pangitan ko lang, parang hindi ko alam kung Globe at all.
Can you tell us the numbers so we can subpoena the logs on those numbers?
Okay po, Your Honor. Ito po yung number ni Sir Joby, Your Honor. 0917
Consec, take note.
724
724.
3499.
Mr. Espinido yan, no?
Tapos yung number ko po, Your Honor, on that time is prepaid. 0977 342 4121. And ito pa po yung isa, Your Honor, na number ko, 0977 342 4122.
So yan ang tinawagan ni Mr. Espinido sa'yo?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, noong August, no? So,
Opo, Your Honor.
thank you.
You know, Mr. Chairman, I think it is obvious to the committee that there are irreconcilable inconsistencies between the testimony of these three people. One or two of them are lying. And under decided cases of the Supreme Court, irreconcilable inconsistencies are signs of fabrication and very poor fabrication of that. So really, Mr. Chairman, I think something must
That's why I mentioned the Arnold versus Balagtas and Arnold versus Nazareno case, Your Honor.
all right. So, I think other than that, I have no further questions on these witnesses.
Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize Miss Mylene Son. This is related to the Espinosa killing, if I may say so. And we'd like to hear from her because her husband, Police Chief Inspector Jesus Son, was ambushed and killed while wearing a police uniform, while driving home. Anyway, may we hear from Miss Mylene Son, who is a former councilor in Pastrana. meron ba kayong affidavit na hinanda? Meron kayong abogadong kasama, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. I am Attorney Mario Bernardo Cerro, Your Honor.
Okay. So may sinabit pa kayo affidavit o magsasalaysay lang siya dito under oath?
She will just state under oath, Your Honor.
Okay. So yes, you recognize Mrs. Son. Joey, step aside para paupuin mo na yung lawyer niya para mag-get siya. May proceed anytime.
The Honorable Senators, people are witnessing this hearing today. Viewers, a pleasant good morning. I am Mylene Son from Bistado, wife of the late Police Chief Inspector Son, who got killed in an ambush last September 16, just this year, while on his way home from Police Regional Office. I am left with 4 daughters who were all emotionally attached to their father. The loss of my husband left a very painful and traumatic experience not only to me, but to my daughters' lives as well. Even though I was left grieving, I have to stand up and fulfill both the role of a mother and a father. As his wife and confident, it became clear to me who did this and why he had to be killed. I remained silent as days passed by. Even though it was already a public knowledge who did the killing, I decided to keep mum about this. Practically moved on and definitely decided to leave everything to God. Part of me was telling me to voice this out, since there are many people who want me to expose this so that justice will be given to his death. But half of me was telling me to keep my mouth shut because I was too afraid to speak up, since they know all of us. The night before my husband was killed, he told me, "My life might end today or tomorrow." I never took it seriously because I thought it would not get that far. Prior to that, he has been assigned at Northern Summer and later at Maas in Southern Leyte. In one of his attendance in administrative-related seminar at Pro 8, he came home very happy. Asked why, he told me that Sir Marcos had approached him in a friendly manner. That was a good sign then, I told him. Since they were not in speaking terms due to the previous local elections wherein Marites, Marcos' wife, had run for vice mayoral post against my father in her hometown. But according to my late husband, he was offered to look for an asset that will be used for a special project. I asked him what project was that, and he told me it was Mayor Espinosa's life in exchange of 500,000 pesos. He said he told Sir Marcos that he will try to look for one, since he felt the pressure to comply with the project. That time, he didn't want to turn him down, since he felt as if it was a renewal of their friendship. I advised him not to do it because that is not good and will have to pay it in the end. A close relative and friend of ours also advised my husband not to do the same thing because Mayor Espinosa was under the witness protection program. I added that he might become the fall guy here. Upon realizing the weight and consequences if the project will become feasible, my husband have decided to turn him down, and it made Sir Marcus furious, underestimating his capacities. I told him that it was okay. This led my husband to post a message intended for him, though he did not name him in our joint account in Facebook. That week before his death, he always kept reminding me that there might come a time that he might get killed for refusing the offer, and that I must be ready to take over the responsibilities of the family. That's what I always do whenever he felt like everything is not going right. I told him not to think about it, and that from now on, we will help each other to live righteously. I remember how he told me how thankful he was for encouraging him all these times. The following day, he was ambushed. In my quiet times, I have decided to rest his case, considering the risk it will entail to us. But upon remembering my husband's last hours of death, recalling every detail of that fateful day, seeing him on the ground with blood on his badge in his police uniform, lying there lifeless, helpless, the cries of our children when we learned what happened to their beloved Papa, the feeling he wanted to fight back. But then at the end of the day, you find yourself helpless. I even sent an email addressed to Senator Panfilo Lacson, not for the purpose of soughting justice for my husband, testifying here, but for him to know that we are all following and watching the turnout of the Senate hearings conducted, because at that time I was already comforted with the thought that if justice will be rendered to Mayor Espinosa, it would somehow feel like justice was also served with my husband. A member of the family who have come up across a friend who works in the news was willing to help us make this public. But then again, I was torn between justice for the dead and the concerns of the living. I told her to hold my story, but since it was published yesterday and was reported on different TV stations, I hope my statements today had cleared some misconceptions in the news that have been spread. I fear for the lives of my loved ones. I know that we will be in great danger because even my husband, who was known to many as brave, was killed. How much more for us, for me, for my children who are all girls. My girls are all scared, seeing me on national television today. They are all afraid that the thing that might happen they are all afraid that the thing that happened to their father again might happen to me again. I hope you understand our need for protection. Kasi may mga anak din kayo. My God knows I did everything to evade this situation. I was merely contented watching these events that were happening lately. I do not want to add the burdens of these people because I also pity their children. But I guess my fate is leading me to this. Since I was invited here today, I'm thinking this might be it. With due respect to the people who invited me here to participate in this inquiry, thank you very much. I can only assure you that what I told you today was all according to my husband and all true, and whether or not you find vitality in my statements is all up to you. Your Honor, my presence here today might not be of great help to solving the issue about the extrajudicial killings happening not only in Leyte but in the whole Philippines. But I remain hopeful to God and grateful for giving me the chance to share with you the story of my husband. Please also allow me to say my sincere apologies to my family for making you worry too much, to my loved ones who advised me not to involve myself here. I'm sorry, but I have to do this. I appreciate your concerns, but believe me, it's going to be okay. Nothing beats a truthful account. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Son. I know there are some positive leads dito sa kaso ni Police Chief Inspector Son, ano? But I would just like to remind Chief PNP, yung napatay dito, Chief Inspector, kasama rin natin, and I think, I heard that he was a decorated police officer, di ba? Dahil sabi nga ng asawa niya, alam niyang matapang. Mag-isa nung inambush, ilang sasakyan yung kumarang sa kanya, ilan lahat yung based on reports na nakarating. Sige, yung police director, yung director ng
Your
Leyte.
Honors, good morning. I am Senior Superintendent Franco Simborio, the Provincial Director of Leyte. We have an ongoing investigation actually, sir, on this case. And based on the initial report, there are about 2 vehicles and 2 motorcycles na ginamit mo doon during the incident. And in our update, I cannot divulge po the names of our possible witness considering po na baka ma-compromise po yung witnesses natin.
Understand, never mind mentioning their names.
So, maganda po yung lead natin sa kaso na ito and we are very hopeful na we could solve this case, Your Honor.
So, Chief, personally, paki-supervise, ano? Alam mo kung halimbawa napatay dito, drug lord, baka siguro yung vigilance, hindi siguro ganun dapat katindi. But this was a police officer killed, ano?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
I just hope that you pursue this, ano, to its logical conclusion. No matter who are involved, who were involved in this case. So, in fairness to a fellow or a fallen police officer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, may I
Yes,
just inquire if Ms. Son is under protective custody right now?
She has not asked for it, pero we're offering her protection. Kaya lang malayo sa Pastrana ito eh. The father is a vice mayor in Pastrana. Siya yung nakalaban ng asawa ni Superintendent Marcos. But that's beside the point. Dahil nagkaayos naman na sila doon, hindi ba? Sinabi mo sa salaysay mo kanina. We're looking, or at least the police, the investigators are looking at a different angle sa pagkapatay. So, ito, kaya natin inimbita si Mrs. Son. Nakita natin yung connection sa pagkapatay kay Mayor Espinosa because while meron na tayong napag-usapan dito na yung circumstances behind the killing doon sa loob ng jail, premeditated, hindi ba? Meron tayong more or less conclusion. But this time, nakita natin na talaga merong planong patayin si Mayor Espinosa even before that. Yung FB account, joint kayo nagpo-post dyan. That's a joint Facebook account.
Yes, sir.
Can you share to the committee kung ano yung eksaktong post na nilagay? Siya ba nag-post o kayo?
Siya po.
Kailan ito? How many days before he got waylaid?
1 day.
1 day before he was waylaid.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anong nakapost doon? Sige, i-ano mo na, i-cut mo na lang yung expletive dyan. Ano?
Habang hinahanap po, no? Facebook ko niya sa September 15, ha? Facebook name po, yan.
Opo.
Kayo ng pangalan po.
Joint account po namin yun eh.
Pero nung ginawa po ba yan, naandun kayo ng ginawa niya yan?
Opo, nasa
Dalawa
harap po
kayo?
niya ako. Opo.
Sa nakita mong ginagawa niya?
Oo, I even told him po na huwag niyang i-post yun. And after posting, it was public, then I made it as,
I-blip mo lang yung famous words, ha? i-blip mo na lang, lampasan mo na lang yun, pero yung content, basahin mo nga.
Okay po. Basahin ko po. Pulis sa pulis. Offer ka nga naka-witness protection program naman. Tapos double cross mo kami, ala ka bayag. Subukan mo ako muni ng harapan. I'm sure may mamamatay sa akin. Huwag mo lang akong traidorin, hindi kita uurungan. Yan po.
Yeah. Si Senator Recto has a question.
Yung post pong yan ay referring to whom? Sino tinuturo?
To Sir Marcos po.
Yeah.
Senator Dillon, hindi
What
pa
is
tapos
this?
yung oras po ninyo.
Yeah. What is the status of Colonel Marcos today? Is he back to his duty? No, he was reinstated. That's why I want to know for the record.
Hindi po ako na-reinstate, sir. Bali, under restrictive custody po ako, sir.
Sorry.
No, maybe the proper
Under-
question should be, is he still under restrictive custody? Because I heard Iyas, declaring or announcing na na-lift na yung kanyang restrictive custody. But of course, this was changed. Sinabi na temporarily lifted. Ano status nila ngayon?
He is under restrictive custody, Your Honor. The whole
But they were allowed to go back to Leyte. For what reason?
to get their supporting documents for their defense, Your Honor.
So how can they be under restrictive custody and be allowed to go around the country?
No, Your Honor, that was the only instance that I allowed them, Your Honor. I lifted the restrictive custody kasi nagpaalam sila kukunin yung papel nila. But I allowed them to go back to their place to get their papers and return
So is he back
immediately.
to restrictive custody today?
Yes, Your Honor. They are under restrictive custody.
Nakabalik na siya mula sa Leyte?
Yes, Your Honor.
No. Teka, paano po nakarating kay Pangulo ang kaso ni Superintendent Marcos? Sabi mo, sabi ni Presidente, siya mismo ang tumawag.
Yes, Your Honor.
Paano nakarating sa kanya ang kaso ni Mr. Marcos? Hindi, ngayon lang, nung binalik siya. Anyway,
the President is abreast with what is happening in our drug war, Your Honor. Alam po niya lahat ng mga pangyayari, Your Honor. So,
okay,
alam
siguro
na po
pa
sino yung...
si Colonel